What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin', my people? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Just left the rain just in case those. We'll get to it, man. Once this song over with, we'll get to it. After this song, we'll get to it. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Alexa, pause. What's poppin', y'all? So, remember in the video I told y'all, my last video I did, not the live, but the video I did yesterday, I told y'all that the kids deleted their social media accounts, all that type of stuff. Well, it's true. It's true. And shout out to Talk Your, SH. Y'all see her page. Y'all go follow her on Instagram. But we about to get into it, man. What's poppin', my people? Hold on. I made some groceries. I'm waiting on my groceries to get here. Okay, we got 10 more minutes. I'm good. Let's see.
Well, I stand corrected. Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson, Warren. I'm not going to read all. You guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all of the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolan's unaliving. She said her and her husband were not at Horn Island on the 4th and that none of them are trying to impede on the investigation. That Warren was interviewed at Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when the boat was taking on water and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolan made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Now the guy to the far left of the screen, that is Warren.
We're going to slow this down, but I'm noticing in these sundown towns, bro. I'm noticing in these sundown towns that these judges, they be doing some crazy shit. How are you talking? How are you the judge, but you telling the kids to deactivate their social media accounts? How are you the judge, but you're telling the kids to deactivate their social? You're not supposed to be talking to them. You the judge. You already picked a side. That means you already picked a side.
On top of that, Warren's mother made a statement. She basically said the same thing. We're all distraught, we're all hurt, that people's information is not right. Another boy by the name Wyatt asked Nolan to get on the boat several times, but Nolan said he wanted to stay behind with Katie. She said Warren doesn't even own a boat. Once again, the boat was taking on water and it had to be towed to shore. She also said her son had nothing to do with it, and he was the first one to notice that Nolan was missing when they got back to the house. They called his mother and the Coast Guard. The only thing that confuses me about this, Katie told her mother, and I quote, Katie assumed that the friends telling him to get on the boat wouldn't leave him. Warren's mother said Nolan wanted to stay with Katie. So who's the last one to actually be with Nolan? If Katie didn't stay, his friends didn't stay. Was he left there on the island by himself? I'm just raising questions. That's all I got for now. Well,
We're gonna break this down, and she didn't read it, but I'm gonna read it. You know, I don't mind reading. So she says, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Nolan's family. Now, mind you, this the judge, I think, of Jackson County, something like that, like of the whole thing. So she's gonna be the judge. Listen, our son Warren loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it's appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. I fear for the safety of the child and my children. My husband and I have 6 children, and we covered their privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet. See? You see that, right? I told you. But they don't have a problem with posting your family online when you do things. But when they in the wrong, they want to hide. They want to go into hiding. You see that, right? You see that, right? They want to go into hiding. If it was nothing fishy, what are you hiding for? What are you hiding for? You're hiding something. If you're not hiding anything, what you hiding for? You're not living right. Like the old folks say, when somebody jump out and scare you and you jump, you're not living right. It's crazy. This is the judge talking, bro. These judges not supposed to be talking like this, but I told y'all, in these sundown towns. And yes, Ocean Springs is a sundown town, and that family didn't realize it. They thought because, you know, he was raised there and stuff like that, that it was just all peaches and cream. It's not. Hold on, y'all. I made groceries, and I'm trying to see what time they're going to be here. Okay. 5:40 through 5:45. Okay. I was going to go to the store to go get it, but I said, man, I'll do this live. Let me do this live. So she said, okay, we do not believe it's appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet, presenting potential threats to their safety. You see? Hold on. You see how they make themselves the victims? They turn into the victims. You see that, right? So you got to read between the lines, and I'm, shout out to Talk Your SHIT, Nene Nene on Instagram. But see, I like to take my time and read, bro. I don't like to just create fast content and I don't read. Because when you read, you see what they trying to do. They trying to make themselves into the victims, bro. You see that, right? You see that, right? Let's start over, because a lot of people miss that. But if you want to go see I'm pretty sure it's online too. But I like to read, man, just to make sure I'm not tripping. She said, our family along with the community. Mind you, Nolan is the victim, but they trying to position themselves as the victim. The game is cold. Our family along with the community grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son Warren loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it's appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. I fear for the safety of my child and children. You see that, bro? You can't make this shit up. She trying to play the victim. How you the judge trying to play the victim? You a judge. This come with the territory. You see this, right? Nolan is the victim. But racist Caucasian people, bro, they will always try to control the narrative first, man. That's why she wrote a statement. Usually judges are quiet, bro. They not talking. They're not doing none of this. But they want to get this information out there in front of the people so they can control the narrative. This is the same thing the Metcalfs did, bro. Jeff Metcalf, this is the same thing they did, bro. The same exact thing, dog. The same exact thing. I told y'all yesterday in my video that they was gonna turn Xavier slowly. They're gonna turn him into the villain, bro. Slowly. Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. So she said, yes, I deactivated my Facebook given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. I fear for the safety of my child and my children. Look, even though it's unfortunate, but even though something like this happened to a black person, bro, black people not coming to your house to do nothing to you. Black people is not coming to Mississippi, to Ocean Springs, knock on your door and do anything to you or your children. We don't operate like that, bro. We don't move like that, but they move like that. They move like that. You feel me? I mean, if I'm tripping in my comment section, just like tell me I'm tripping. She said, I graduated high school with Christine Wells. Oh, so they went to school together, Mosley. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be with them. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point of the 4th of July. We know that. We know that. We know y'all had nothing to do with this. Like, we know that. No one in our family is trying anyway, I can't reach, to investigate by law enforcement or otherwise. Law enforcement, Tony left around 4:30. Order they had, issue with the pump. Yes, I'm a judge. I also value transparency. We live in a world of clickbaiting. You see? You see how they trying to control the narrative already, dog? When have you ever seen, I want y'all to tell me this, y'all whole time of living life, when have y'all ever seen a judge make a statement, bro? And this makes them guilty. This is guilt. This is a statement of guilt, dog. I mean, if I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. Hold on, y'all. Hold. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all holding on. Appreciate y'all holding on. But hold on, because her head in the way. She said 3 p.m. on July 4th, they left around 4:30. They had an issue with the valve pump. Stay on the island and return. Yes, I am a judge. Spot on. Don't want to use the boats. Hold on. If these kids was using boats, see, look, this is how I'm telling y'all. Hold on. Somebody wrote something very important. Let me go through the comments. We need to stop. Okay. We know they're going to cover it up. She was at the island. She was at that island. That's why the smirking sheriff was lying. Oh, she was at the island. That's why she writing this. Oh. Ashley. She was at the island. So that's why she wrote a statement. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're at an island with underage kids drinking. They don't own a boat. So see, this is how you know they're gonna stick together, because the boats own, the boats owners are the parents and stuff like that. So if your kid's drinking and a murder happened, they gonna be involved. So she was there. That makes sense. That's why she wrote this statement. That's why I told y'all, anytime, I told y'all my last live, anytime people over explain, bro, when people are over explaining and they talking about stuff you didn't even ask, I went to school with Wells. They lying. You know why I know? Because when I was a teenager, when I used to lie to my mom, I over explained. I told her things she didn't even asked. That's why she wrote this. See, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta use your common sense when you're dealing with these people, dog. They had great shirts on and hats. Oh, see, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. She said, no one in our family is trying to get in, is trying anyway to impede with the investigation. You already impeded by telling the kids to deactivate their social media accounts. You already impeded. What are you talking about? You are the judge over this trial, this case. You already impeded. What are you talking about? Are these people slow? Exactly, exactly. See, look, man, look, come on, bro. Shout out to my people, man. Shout out to my people, man. This why, like I say, shout out to this content creator. Y'all go follow her on Instagram. But when you're doing your content, bro, read, because a lot of people ain't gonna read. So sometimes you gotta read for them. And I don't like to use AI to read for me. I like to read for myself. Because that's when you hear certain stuff like, oh, okay. We gonna read it again for the people who just got in. I believe his body was in the boat and they went back later and bro, the whole time. That's why I call it a sundown town. Everybody in on it, bro. And they're gonna stick together and they're not gonna say nothing. Just like in the Tamla Horsford's case. They not gonna say nothing. Just like in the Kendrick Johnson case, they not gonna say anything. They go tamper with all the evidence. Even, bro, you had people working for these people be in the FBI, bro. They be judges, dog. They be in the system, crooked as hell. But they go always show up for their people. You know, we gonna continue, man. When it's, I'm gonna continue reading when my groceries get here, bro. Cause I want to get that out the way. She 4 minutes away. I want to get my groceries out the way so I can come back in and lock in. So she 4 minutes. But hold on, let me read y'all comments while I'm waiting. They had pictures of being there. That's why the scrub. Oh, that's why the news not showing any pictures. See, this how cold the game is, dog. You gotta go on Instagram, you gotta go on Facebook, you gotta go on TikTok just to see the pictures, bro. And we're gonna keep going. We just getting started. You gotta go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook to see the pictures. The news won't show anything, bro. It's like they not showing no pictures. That's how you know all these people on the same team. The news not showing no pictures, no videos, no nothing, bruh. The news bought and paid for. They gonna always protect their people, but shout out to social media, bro, because the people doing the work, the people going to Instagram. That's why they deactivated their Instagram, but they was too late. The people already got the information. We moving fast. We moving faster than AI. We moving faster than these news outlets, bruh. You can't finesse us. Hold on. See y'all, I'm gonna be right back, bro. I'm about to go get these I'm about to get these groceries and I'll be right back. Please wait. I'll be right back. Alexa, play. Be right back. Alexa, pause. We back with it. We back with it. We will. Okay, let me check comments. Appreciate y'all for waiting too, man. Thank y'all for waiting. Thank y'all for waiting on me. Now we can lock in. Like I told y'all, this judge, she wrote this statement because she's feeling guilty. Just like the Metcalf family, right after the incident, they went to all the news outlets. How are you the judge? How are you the judge and you told those kids to delete their social media accounts? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's read again. She said, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it is appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook. Given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now, I fear for the safety of my child and children. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Thank you. Judge Ashley Cole, ain't nobody coming to your house, ain't nobody messing with ain't nobody touching the kids of a judge, bro. Ain't nobody doing that. So what you talking about? Ain't nobody doing that. But you see how they love to play the victim? They love to play the victim. They love playing the victim. She said, yes, I deactivated my Facebook. Okay, we read that. I graduated high. Look, this pointless. I graduated high school with Christine Wells. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. You see, it don't matter. I told y'all yesterday, bro. It don't matter if you grew up with them, went to school with them, live in the same neighborhood with them. They gonna look out for their people before they look out for your people. They go tell their people, oh, delete all social media. They go look out for their people before they look out for you. And they been knowing you. She said she went to school with the mother. But she gonna protect those Caucasian kids. Because I think her kids was on a boat. So she gonna protect her people first. You feel me? They still left him and failed to notify his mom. This makes it worse. Exactly. And they brought his phone back. What? They brought his phone back, dog. Like, come on. Love your channel, Rockstar. I always watch it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We just getting started on this, man, because it's some things I've been saying and I don't like it, man. But this is why I'm always talking about these sundown. Come on, somebody said they delete those messages. Exactly. Exactly. Her kids was on that island. So she trying to protect her kids. That's what she trying to do. And herself. Like his parents, you will find out everything you need to know. That's why they scrubbing. Okay. Nah, they already did that. Go look at my last video. I posted the video on my video. Go look at my last video. They got the names and everything, bruh. I told y'all these sundown towns, these people, the judges, they the cops, they got ties to everything. And they gonna always protect their own people, right or wrong, bruh. How you leave somebody who, hold on, think about this. They said, Nolan said he wanted to stay on the island, but he don't have a boat to get back. What do they think we gonna believe that dumb shit? They think we're supposed to sit here and say, oh, damn, he wanted to stay on the island. Name me one black person you know that's going to stay on an island by themselves with no boat. Bruh. Come on, bruh. What's wrong with these people, bruh? What judge you know makes a statement, bro, before the trial even start? That's how you know they're guilty. I'm gonna read it again for the people who just coming in. She just made a statement because, you know, people were saying, oh, they lying about the kids deleting their Instagram. No, wasn't nobody lying, dog. People be thinking that content creators just be putting out, for the most part, be putting out fake information. No, they don't, bro. It's just that the real news, the mainstream media, they are bought and paid for, and they will always protect Caucasian people. Always, especially when it has something to do with black people. They're going to always protect their own people first. So they're going to leave a lot of information out. But when you come to social media, you see the raw and real uncut information. You feel me? She said, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan dearly. So, okay, our son, so your son, yeah, her son was there. So that's what she trying to protect herself and her son. That's it. Unfortunately, I feel that it is appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon a social media attention that has been diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. I fear for the safety of my child and my children. Come on, bro. Judge Ashley Cole, ain't nobody coming to Mississippi and touch your kids, bro. But that's that guilt. Y'all want to play victim so bad. You want to be the victim so bad. We can't let you slide. My husband and I have 6 children, and we covered their privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor. Come on. This is the same person talking when your son is under 21 on a boat drinking for July. You care about your kids for real? Your son is on a boat under 21 going to an island drinking. You care about your kids for real, Ashley? Come on, Ashley. You care about your kids for real? Your son is under 21 going to an island and drinking. Do you really care about your kids, Ashley? Come on, bro. Come on. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook given the height. Okay, children. My husband and I have 6 children. We cover privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs. Oh, you she played that, right? This is why I love reading so much, bro. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs. Oh, you don't want your son that was on an island drinking beer and alcohol on a boat Now he's a minor. Now he's a minor. But it takes them 20 to 40 minutes to get to that island, bro. You know how long that is on a boat? If you ever been fishing, you know how 20 to 40 minutes, bro. Under 21. Oh, but now he's a minor. You don't want his photos shown. Oh, no. You don't want us to see your son drinking. Come on, bro. See, people think just because you move to the suburbs or you live in the suburbs that these kids are just so much better. No, they're not. Sometimes, bro, in most cases, these suburban kids, they really be the worst of the worst of the worst. If you know, you know. They really be on the most drugs. They really be the most depressed. They really be hating their parents for real. Because their parents put money before their kids. They put their careers before their kids. So their kids don't get that type of luck. Bruh, if you know, you know, bruh. If you know, you know. I ain't gonna say all kids from the suburbs, you know, I ain't gonna put that on them. But a lot of times, bro, especially kids like her son going to an island. Come on, bro. Who under 21 is going to an island on a boat drinking? But now he's a minor. Come on, bro. Who they think they talking to, bro? And this how you know they lying. When they just start saying anything. I graduated high school with Christine Wells. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all of the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Do you, Ashley? If you really mourn that, you wouldn't have told your kids to delete. You would have held your kids accountable if you really mourned it. You don't mourn it. You would have held your kids accountable. I graduated high school with Christine Wells. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be. You see, bro? Exactly. Oh, see, Mississippi, they don't care, bro. Like I told you, some states have their own rules, bro. States like Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. Bro, some place you could walk into the store, you could be, they don't give a damn, bro. You know? You can start drinking at 13, 14, bro. It don't matter, bro. Especially you got the right connections. You got the right parents. Your mom is a judge, bro. You can do whatever you want to do. Think about this. His mom is a judge and dude on an island drinking on the 4th of July and somebody got murdered and they came back with his cell phone. And she told them, okay, delete all your social media. Hide all the evidence. You see? You see the games they play, bro? And these be the judges, judging people, giving black people 35 years, giving black people 50 years. But they kids can make all the mistakes they want to make. They kids can commit all the crimes they want to commit. You feel me? Guilty. Imagine what they was doing on that island. Imagine what you have to do to go to an island, bro. Imagine the ideas these young kids have. If I was 16, 17, 18, bro, and I was allowed to go to an island with girls, bro, ain't no telling what we would have been doing, bro. So imagine in 2026 what they was doing, bro. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what they was doing on that island, bro. Who was supervising them? Who boats they had? You see? You see why they have to hide their information? Because if they don't hide their information, they're going to all be tied into it. And that's why it's a sundown town, bro. Because anything that happens to black people, everybody going to stay quiet. Nobody remembers. They said the kids don't remember anything. What? You don't remember somebody dying? What kind of drugs y'all was doing? What kind of drugs y'all was doing that you don't remember somebody going missing? Come on, bro. So you got to ask yourself these questions, man. They took the phone, so they made him look very vulnerable and isolated. Exactly. And in my opinion, bro, I'm going to just be honest, bro. I feel like this was revenge for the Carmelo case because, you know, he played football. He was a star football player also. And they, you know, I feel like this was, and they was in college. I feel like this was some type of revenge, bro. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. So let's play.
Stand corrected. Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson Warren. I'm not going to read all. You guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all of the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolan's unaliving. She said her and her husband were not at Horn Island on the 4th and that none of them are trying to impede on the investigation. And Warren was interviewed at Jackson County Sheriff's Department and corroborated fully. He saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when the boat was taking on water and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolan made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Now, the guy to the far left of the screen, that is Warren. On top of that, Warren's mother made a statement. She basically said the same thing. We're all distraught. We're all hurt. That people's information is not right. Another boy by the name Wyatt asked Nolan to get on the boat several times, but Nolan said he wanted to stay behind with Katie. She said Warren doesn't even own a boat. Once again, the boat was taking on water and it had to be towed to shore. She also said her son had nothing to do with it and he was the first one to notice that Nolan was missing when they got back to the house. They called his mother and the Coast Guard. One thing that confuses me about this, Katie told her mother, and I quote, Katie assumed that the friends telling him to get on the boat wouldn't leave him. Warren's mother said Nolan wanted to stay with Katie. So who's the last one to actually be with Nolan? If Katie didn't stay, his friends didn't stay. Was he left there on the island by himself? I'm just raising questions. That's all I got for now.
All right. I got a question for y'all. Like I say, I like to think, bro, how ironic when stuff like this happens, they always talking about black mothers, black fathers, the black family, how dysfunctional they are. But every time we see when stuff like this happens, the black family is always together. And their kids are always the dysfunctional ones. Their kids are always the problem. But they hide behind these titles. Oh, I'm a judge. I'm a this. I'm a that. But when you break down their family, their kids are alcoholics at 17, 18. Their kids on pills. Their kids going to islands. And they love talking down on the black community. But when you look at their family, it's all dysfunction. It's all dysfunction. Every time in these sundown towns, it's always dysfunction, bruh. So I noticed they always, what's the word? I'm forgetting the word. Projecting. They always projecting. Always. The Metcalf family, projecting. Because they family dysfunctional. You see where I'm going, bruh? But every time you see a black family, they always together. They always together. So I'm starting to sit back and think they've been projecting the whole time. They've been projecting the whole time. I'm good, bro. So let's move on. So shout out to her again. Her Instagram is Talk Your SH Shoot Nene. Shout out to her, man, for that information right there. But let's move on. I got some other stuff I want to show y'all. Hold on. One second. Gotta go to the videos I saved. Ooh. See, remember I was telling y'all about how now it's a lot of Caucasian people that's calling out their own people. And I don't care if it's just for content. They still calling out their own people. I don't give a fuck if they trying to make money. I don't care. They still calling out their own people. And the racists, the sundown town, they didn't expect this, bruh. They didn't expect this. But watch this, man.
Picture, first thought of my mind was these motherfuckers killed that kid. That was literally the first thought I had in my head. I fucking hate you racist pieces of shit. It didn't find his body, so we'll have to wait and hear what the coroner has to say. But knowing how the cops operate, they'll probably rule it a suicide. Just like they did that black kid that hung himself with 2 broken legs. Yeah, that happened too. That was last year. They claimed a kid with 2 broken legs hung himself. You white supremacist motherfuckers got another thing coming. Because you're going to have to deal with people like me. First thought of my mind.
Hold on. We got another one. Hold on. Hold up.
Who do you think they left on this beach? Who they leave without their phone?
Alexa,
They
pause.
said they left him because he was on another boat. And then we saw this fight. And now nobody knows. But we know they lawyered up the second they got home. And then they erased their social media and all their family's profiles. Their parents are judges, doctors. We know how this goes. Now it's going to be a fatal accident or a suicide, like Tama and overdose. But if you're hanging out with all white people, there's just some places you can't go. Historically speaking, you probably don't want to be the only black person in an all-white friend group. You should go out in groups of 2 or 3. If one of their mom's a judge, you never know what's going to happen if you're outnumbered in an all-white friend group. We don't know what happened to Nolan, Tama, Kendrick, or Ashley Robinson. You might even get away with it. That footage is not going to be released. We're still waiting on Kadir Skinner's. It's going to an all-white jury. So the family's going to fight for answers while the system drags its feet. Who knows? Maybe they paid off a cop or just on his phone they pressed delete. If you come into our spaces, come in groups of 2 to 3. We never stop fighting against integration. It's just getting harder and harder to see it. The cop said he chose to stay there that night without his phone because the white people really believe it. Who do you think they left on this beach? Who did they leave without their phone?
Think about this shit. They want us to believe that Nolan said what black person you know, first of all, what black person you know who's going to an island with Caucasian people? But what black person you know that's going to stay on an island by himself with a girl with no boat and leave his phone and they take his phone? Come on, bro. Let's use our common sense. But I love to see their own people. I don't care if they trying to get money. I don't give a fuck. I love to see their own people calling them out, bro. Because it shows us we not tripping. Because they love to gaslight you. Oh, you don't see what you see. Bro, we see what we see, dog. And the news so fake. The news is so fake, bro. They not showing no pictures of the boys. They not showing no pictures of them, of videos on the island. They not showing anything, dog. They not showing anything. You have to go on social media to see anything, bro. That's why I keep telling y'all, man, my videos, they all on the same team, especially in these sundown towns. Ocean Springs is like 80%. Ocean Springs is like 80%. 80% Caucasian, man, probably more. So what you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna go against their people? You think Nolan gonna get a fair trial? You think they're gonna turn in their own people? Come on, bro. Let's be for real. I am white and I agree with you. Not sure if they doing. Yeah, like I see more and more Caucasian people like speaking up, bro. Using their privilege as they should. You feel me? I think it's time for us to go out there and, bro, Carmelo and now Nolan, where's the footage? Exactly. You telling me, hold on, you telling me this island is a popular destination, vacation destination. Okay. It's 2026. I don't give a damn. If that island is a part of people going to America, going to that island, trust me, they got some cameras there. Where the footage at? That's why I said yesterday, where's the footage? The news ain't showing no footage. They not gonna show you that, bro. The news ain't gonna show you none of that. They gonna show what Massa tells them to show. Especially if they in Mississippi. But let it would have been a group of 4 young black men and one Caucasian man, bro. They would have poached their whole family. They would have had the KKK outside their houses. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. But before we watch this, I wanna show y'all why I say Ocean Springs is a sundown town. And I love doing my history. This when stuff like this happens, bro, this is how they move. The Warren Matthews case is one of the best known documented racial terror incidents connected to Ocean Springs. On February 1st, 1901, Warren Matthews, a black man who worked as a milkman for his family's dairy business, was accused of assaulting a white woman. Historical newspaper accounts gave conflicting details about the allegation and even his name. He was arrested and placed in the Ocean Springs jail. That night, a white mob forced its way into the jail, seized Matthews, dragged him through town, and carried out a racial-motivated mob killing without a trial. And if you know the L word, they got a rope in the tree. Yeah, that's what they did. No one involved was held accountable. Historians consider the case part of the broader pattern of racial terror used to intimidate black communities throughout the South. Matthews' descendants have said the attack traumatized their family for generations and contributed to their decision to leave Mississippi during the Great Migration. Thank you. So when you go back and look at Collin County, Texas, they did the same thing, bro. Mississippi, the same thing. This is how they move, bro. They would never arrest their own, man. They never go arrest their own. They can break into a prison, drag you out, tie you up, and hang you to a tree, and they still get to go home and live. Come on, bro. They move in mobs, thank you, like cowards. This is their history, dog. I'm gonna read it again for y'all. The Warren Matthews case is one of the best known documented racial terror incidents connected to Ocean Springs on February 1st, 1901. And people go be like, oh, he loved going to the past. You know why? Because history repeats itself over and over again. And maybe if Nolan knew this shit or his family knew this, they wouldn't be around them people at all. History repeats itself. The Warren Matthews case is one of the best known documented racial terror incidents connected to Ocean Springs. On February 1st, 1901, Warren Matthews, a black man who worked as a milkman for his family's dairy business, was accused of assaulting a white woman. Historical newspapers' accounts gave conflicting details about allegation and even his name. He was arrested. I'm talking about a milkman, a hard-working man. He was arrested and placed in the Ocean Springs jail. That night, a white mob forced its way into the jail, seized Matthews, dragged him through town, and carried out a racial-motivated mob killing without a trial. No one involved was held accountable. Historians consider the case part of the broader pattern of racial terror used to intimidate black communities throughout the South. Come on, bro. This is them, bro. It's in their blood. I don't care what generation they in. It's in their blood. And guess what? Nolan was with a mob of Caucasian people. And guess what? They not go talk, bro. We never gonna know the real story, man. That's the messed up part about the whole thing. We never will know the true story. Because they will never talk. Just like in the Tamla Horsford's case. It's wild, bro. Go do your research. Like I say, when I do research, I make sure it's real and it's not fake. Warren Matthews was a milkman, bro. Working for his family's business. And you know why they was hating? They was hating because the black family had a business. That's why they was hating. It wasn't, he never assaulted a white woman. They was hating because it was a black family in 1901 that had a business. and they wasn't bowing down to Caucasian people in Mississippi. That's why they was hating. That's why he got murdered. Because it's a black man standing on business, owning his life, and not saying yes sir, no, not saying math, no, not picking up crumbs, not wiping tables. He got his own family business. That's why they was hating, bro. These are our original haters, bro. That's why they destroyed Black Wall Street. That's why they destroyed everything we did, bro. Then they put crack into our communities, and that's why we have a lot of dysfunction, because they did that. The crack, the heroin, took away the jobs. And what you think people go do? They go survive. They go survive. Right or wrong, they go survive. You feel me? Also, Raccoon Tatum, yeah. See, they'll never, see, people call me a black racist or whatever. I'm far from that, bro. I give Caucasian people their credit when they stand up for what's right. I give them their credit, dog. I'm far from that. But I know by studying history that history repeats itself, man. If they did this in 1901, they still doing it in 2026. If they used to run up in a jail and drag people out by the thousands, bro, and hang them by a tree, they still doing the same thing. Because this is the same bloodline. People from Ocean Springs and in these sundown towns, they don't move to new cities, bro. So these are descendants. That's their ancestors who was hanging people from trees. That's their ancestors. So it's in their blood. But they the ones talking to you about Jesus, about being a Christian. These the same people, bruh. Come on, man. That's why I say, just because you live around Caucasian people and you black, it don't mean nothing, bro. Behind closed doors, they talking about you. Behind closed doors, they plotting on you. Now, like I say, you got some cool Caucasian people. They really rock with you. You got them. You got them. I ain't gonna lie. You got them. If you know, you know. But I'm saying in these sundown towns, ain't nobody your friend. Ain't nobody your friend. If something happened to you around Caucasian people, guess who they go turn to? Caucasian people. They go turn to their people. They not gonna look out for you. So let's go back and see how fake the news is.
On WLOX News now at midday, I'm Brandy McGill. This morning, we're continuing to push for answers on what happened to Nolan Wells. He is the teen presumed dead after his body was found on Horn Island. Today, an autopsy is being done at the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office Coast Crime Lab, and Will Poston is outside the lab now with what he knows. Will?
Well, good morning, Brandy. Good morning, everybody joining us. If you've been keeping up with us here at WLOX, you know the case and the story of Nolan Wells, who had disappeared back on July 4th, and then a body presumed to be him was discovered yesterday around 8:45 a.m. Here behind me in the forensics lab is where hopefully the family will get some new answers. While the family did take to social media and say that the body was Nolan Wells, the coroner of Jackson County, Bruce Lind, says he's waiting for the DNA results from this test that will come back and confirm whether or not it is him. Of course, there is a lot of speculation that it is him, and with the family confirming and Sheriff Ledbetter of Jackson County also saying that he matched the description. And now also we're hoping that this, with the autopsy coming forward, now we don't know exactly when the results will come forward, but we do know that it was being conducted today. I was told this morning by Bruce Lind, the Jackson County coroner as well. So we're going to get some answers. The family's going to get some answers revealing the cause of death and the condition in which Nolan Wells was found as well. We got a chance to speak with multiple agencies, including the United Cajun Navy, just talking about the looming questions that still stand that will hopefully be answered by this autopsy.
That's the question everybody's asking. Truly, what happened? We're not law enforcement. We are a volunteer group that specializes in search and rescue, search and recovery. We leave the investigating to the law enforcement officers. And I think that's the...
Now, I just wanted to show y'all this because any news outlet you go to, like major news outlet, They not showing the pictures of the friends. They not showing videos of them on the out. They not showing anything, bruh. And that's for a reason. That's for a reason. But when Carmelo went through what he went through, they showed his whole family. They showed his house. They gave the parents interviews. Why none of these news outlets are giving Nolan's parents interviews? Where they interviews at? Where they interviews at? And now you got people mad because people supporting them on GoFundMe. I mean, I think it's GoFundMe. Don't be mad at that. Don't be mad. But the news, bro, even though I knew it already, but the more and more I cover stories, bro, I'm really starting to see how biased the news really is, man. Like, I'm starting to see it more and more, dog. We can't even depend on them for real, for real. They give the basic information out. They don't really do anything, bro. They don't really do anything. It's really the content creators, man. It's really the content creators that's really on business. The news and even the net is all lies belonging to the Father. Nah, bro. The content creators, they the ones that said the kids deactivated their social media accounts. Everybody said they was lying. But today, hold on. Messages. Today, the judge just said, yes, it's true. She said the rumors were true. So what you mean, the content creators? The content creators telling the truth.
Will I stand correct?
Hold on.
Will I stand correct? Will I stand corrected? Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson Warren. I'm not going to read all, you guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. Thank you, Disturbed Radical. Thank you. They said a fisherman found Nolan. Now, I covered so many stories of black young people going missing, bro, in sundown towns, near sundown towns. And it's always a random person, a fisherman, a hiker. But they never show the person. They never give an interview to the person that found them. Where is this fisherman that found the bodies? Why isn't he or she on the news? It's always a random person, bruh. And that's when you know a place is a sundown town, when something can happen to a black person and nobody says anything. When a crime happens around Caucasian people done to a black person and nobody says anything, bruh. The judges, they know each other. So you gotta know, Mississippi, all these people went to school with each other. They never moved. So those people from 1901 who went into that jail and they murdered Warren, they went to their prison and murdered him, bruh, that's their ancestors, bruh. That's their bloodline. These people never moved from Mississippi, bruh. They stayed there. And their racism got stronger and stronger and stronger, dog. So now they not just KKK members no more and wearing hoods. Now they cops. Now they judges. Now they attorneys. Now they work for the news station. So we got to be smart when we want to just live around Caucasian people, bro. We got to be smart, man, especially in places like Mississippi, dog. We got to be smart, man. Whole families own, bro. People don't know. It be bloodlines of racism, dog. Good old boy, I'm telling you. Let me read this shit for y'all, man. I'm gonna read it again for the people who just got in. The judge, she said, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan dearly, you see. Trying to make it seem like Warren is innocent. I done seen Law and Order and Cold Case too many times, Ashley. I done seen Law and Order and Cold Case too many times, Ashley. You making your son look guilty. You making your son look guilty. Warren loved Nolan dearly. How y'all feel about that? Look at the comments in here. We hate each other, not how. Stay scrap up, people, by any means. Warren didn't have a boat. Who owned the boat? Who owned the boat Warren was on? Hello. Was Nolan raised in the FBA family? I don't know, but I just know if your skin is black and you around these people, they'll do it to you. And they'll move on the same way they did to Tamla. The same way they did to Carmelo. They'll move on. So we got to do shit like this to warn our people that just because you get your money up, just because you're doing great in life, it don't mean you have to leave your people to live in a sundown town. You don't have to do that. Because if something happens in your family dealing with those people, we will never know the truth. In this Nolan Xavier Wells case, bro, we will never know the truth, dog. Even if we do know the truth, they're gonna spin it so many ways, man. They're gonna spin it so many ways, bro. If you're delusional in 2026 after 400 years, I can't help you. Like Harry Tubman. Exactly. Proximity to whiteness is very, very very dangerous, man. Appreciate you, Gina. Appreciate you. I used to work for a landscape architect firm. Did y'all know these small towns have a judge as Uncle Mate? Yeah, that's how I be telling people, man. And if you trace their history back, their whole family was a part of KKK. But they want to talk to you about being a Christian. They want to talk to you about Jesus. But they hated black people because of your skin color. Now, how ignorant is that? How ignorant you got to be to hate somebody because they skin color? How evil you have to be to hate somebody because they skin color? And you call yourself a Christian. That's a fact. I know what it was. It's always jealousy, bro. Caucasian people, they jealous of black women. So that's why they have to create these things in the media to make black women look bad all the time. But if you ever lived around Caucasian women and their husbands and stuff like that, bruh, the shit be ghetto as hell. It be ghetto as hell. They always jealous of you. That's why when black women start getting degrees, the degree means nothing. Now that, I know it's a lot of men, it's a lot of black men that's going through issues with their baby mamas and stuff like that. But if you really look at it, a lot of black men are taking care of their kids in this generation, or in the homes with their kids. If they're not in the homes, they still, handling their business. And we still hear this same old thing, black men ain't shit. But you see more black men. No matter what, you know how hard it is to stay with your family, bro? You know how hard it is to keep a family together? I want y'all to sit back and look. Every time something like this happens, the black kid always has his mother and father. Carmelo, this case. Kendrick Johnson, they always have a mother and father. And when you dive deep into these Caucasian people's lives, they always dysfunctional. Think about this shit, man. You got a judge in the Carmelo case. Right after the trial, he dropped an interview talking about Carmelo he committed a crime. Bro, you're not supposed to do that. Now you got a judge. She writing a statement telling the other kids to delete their social media accounts. Bro, come on, man. That's it. Don't you find that exactly? Come on, bro. And if he was exactly, especially since the girl, Katie, whatever, come on, man. It's always a girl, right? I'm starting to think that her son Warren and the other dudes was jealous. It's always jealousy, bro. Even with Carmelo Anthony, you look at the girl he was talking to, and you look at the twins and all them boys. They on social media all day, bro. They looking at a black young man with a Caucasian girl. You think they like that? You think they like that? You think they like that? It's always jealousy. It goes back to 1901. Let's go back to Warren Matthews. They accused him in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. They accused him of assaulting a white woman. Now, in 1901, we know that white women was still crazy over black men. Hell, on the plantation, white women was crazy over black men. I bet you, when he was delivering milk, that white woman wanted him to deliver something else. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And them white dudes was hating. It's always hatred. It's always jealousy. So when you see dudes, I'm a family man, and they always talking about dudes in the streets. They talk. You know why they always talking down on them dudes, bro? They don't be no better. They be family men and still cheating. They be family men and still doing all crazy shit, but they want to talk down on the dudes who going through it through life. They in their early 20s, because men can always change their life around. But in their 20s, of course, they gonna be doing some crazy stuff, you know. But they jealous because he could be broke, he could be in the streets, and he can still smash his girl. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's always jealousy with the black man, bro. They always jealous of black men. And I don't care what area you are in life. You could be a broke black man. You could be a black man with money. You could be a black man that don't talk, that don't bother nobody. They still jealous, bro. They still jealous. I'm talking about the raccoons, and I'm talking about racist Caucasian people. They always jealous. You could be a black man with no money. You're sleeping in your car. You sleeping from house to house. Hold on, man. Let me put my phone on the charger, dog. Hold on. Hold up. We gotta get this right. We gotta get this right. I gotta buy that long charger. Like these short iPhone chargers, bro. They don't like that shit. Let's get it together. Like I was saying, you could be a black man that's broke, no money, nothing going for yourself, but you attractive, you stay in shape, you got charisma, whatever, bruh, they still be jealous of you. They'll still be jealous of you. Somebody said, I'm not helping. Look, bruh, I don't care what you talking about. Go create your own YouTube channel and you talk to your people. Don't tell me what I'm doing. I don't care what you think. You gotta understand that. Go create your own content. Go put the work in. Go do your own thing. Go do your own thing. Have your own voice. Brooke, go do your own thing. You feel me? But like I was saying, before Brooke interrupted me, now just imagine you a black man with your shit together. Just imagine you a black man and you in shape, you in college, you getting the white girls. You think they gonna like that? I don't care how much they call you. I don't care how much they call you a friend. You think they gonna like that? No, they're not gonna like that. Every case where it's a young black man being murdered or accused of murdering a Caucasian person, either one of those, it's always jealousy. And I promise you, 9 times out of 10, it's because of a girl. I promise you, on an island with girls and drugs and you young as hell, the jealousy is pure and they can't hide it. And they would snap like that because they young, they would snap like that. And then they'll think about what they did. 9 times out of 10, it's a girl. In the Carmelo Anthony case, they was hating on him because of girls. People ain't gonna talk about it, but it was because of girls. Whereas he didn't want to do any drug because on Monday 6 he was doing a tryout. He was trying to Division II. He wanted. Let's see. I work in prestigious hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada. These white children or biracial children are mentally unstable. Exactly. Look at all, bro. Let's see. Come on, bro. See, y'all be reminding me. Let's go. Let's go deeper. Like Zoe. His name is Zoe Williams. You say. Let's. It's more and more biracial kids now. Go do your research. The white race is declining. It's declining, dog. You know why? Because Caucasian women, bro, are dealing with black men. And every time you see something happen like this, bro, it's because of jealousy. Nolan was a star football player, bro. Getting the girls. And these dudes, they can't stand that, bro. If you go on Instagram and you look, it was an argument. Like I say, the news not going to post this type of stuff, bro, because they're going to protect all those white kids. They're going to protect them. And it's a judge, so you think they about to post the judge kids? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Rockstar, can you please pull up that video when they was arguing? Can you see the parents was just watching? Let me, 1 second. Let me see. Let's see. What's the let's see. Nolan Wells.
Nolan Wells is seen getting into a heated verbal dispute before he went missing. Nolan Wells is seen getting into a heated.
Let's see. Yeah, everybody posted that. Is this the parents right here? Are the parents right here in the gray shirts with the long sleeve right here? Is that them? Okay, that's them. Okay. Yeah, see? How did they have his phone but not him? That's them. Oh, okay. See? This is why they hate content creators, bro. Because content creators, they be on it, bro. And before they deleted their social media accounts, they was already on it. You see how powerful social media is, bro? Just watching. That's why she said she wasn't on the island. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. But y'all, I'm about to go work on some content for tomorrow, bro. I appreciate everybody, man, joining this live, bro. And shout out to all the content creators who stand on business, bro. Because we don't have the media to have our back, bro. We don't have the media to have our back. Hold on. What's this? Okay, same thing. So hold on before I go. Look at this island filled with people. They said that nobody remembers anything. They say that all these people, Nolan said he gonna stay behind. Think about this shit, bro. Look at all these people on the island. Nobody saw anything, bro. Nobody knows anything. That's why I'm always telling y'all, bro. Racist Caucasian people, they stick together no matter what, bro. Right or wrong, they gonna always stick with their people, bro. They gonna play dumb. But when Carmelo chose life over death, they knew everything. They made up shit. You see where I'm going here? When Carmelo chose life instead of death and fighting back, they knew everything. They knew everything that happened. They made up shit that didn't happen. Come on, bro. Hey, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow. I might get to work. Man, look, we turn up the work, bro. I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in on this work, bro. I'm locked in on this research. Because, like I say, I don't know Nolan, but this can happen to anybody, bro. This is Mississippi. I ain't that far from Mississippi, dog. So this could happen to anybody. So it's very important that we always speak up for our people, man. Because one day it could be your niece, it could be your nephew, and you need people to speak up for you. You never know. You know, you just never know, man. And it's messed up that one day your child is here and the next day they gone, bro. And nobody is helping you put the pieces together. They saying they don't remember what happened. They saying that he stayed on the island and they brought his phone back. Come on, bro. Think about this shit. They deleted it, like somebody said earlier. They was on that boat while they was riding back. They were deleting all the messages, bro. That's why he took his phone. This is common sense, bro. But it's a sundown town, man. Stay woke. That's a fact. St. Rose Center's campus. There's no such thing as equality. Hello, that's a fact. They took his phone so they can delete all the messages, bro. That's why he took his phone back. The game is cold, man. I'm out. I love y'all so much, bro. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Thank y'all for the great comments, bro, that keep me going, man. Because a lot of times, bro, this shit can get like, you know, a lot. Because this is not just content. Like, you really making content. You talking about people's lives, bro. Like, real people. It's not just for money. Like, you talk about people's lives, bro. You know, so I really appreciate y'all, man. I will see y'all tomorrow with some content. I'm out.